Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac. Get ready for a delicious family-style back-to-school recipe or a tasty, cool weather comfort food idea, a baked spaghetti recipe. I'm gonna walk you through how to make a homemade Southwest chicken spaghetti using a homemade Roux-based sauce. So no canned cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, or nacho cheese soup. It's all from scratch, so let's do it. Begin with the prep work. Start off with the item that's gonna take the longest to cook, the chicken. For this recipe, you'll need at least 3 cups of shredded chicken. I'm using 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, roughly about 1.6 pounds. Poach these guys for 15 minutes or until done. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can buy rotisserie chicken, you can grill out chicken, you can saute chicken, whatever you like. That's the beauty of a homemade baked spaghetti recipe. While that chicken is slowly simmering away, it's a good idea to also work on the spaghetti. Drop 16 ounces of spaghetti into salted boiling water. Cook the pasta per the manufacturer's instructions. By the time the chicken and the spaghetti are done cooking, you'll be finished up with the rest of your prep work, and you can quickly throw together this Southwestern style chicken spaghetti and pop it in the oven. Alright, so enough of that chit chat. Continuing on with the prep work, there's a lot of cheese in this recipe. You'll need at least 1 pound or 453 grams. If you're looking for the ultimate ooey gooey results, buy a block of cheddar cheese. I'm using mild, but you can use whatever you want, and shred it yourself. However, if you're going for that quick and easy baked spaghetti recipe, then buy the store-bought shredded stuff. Moving on to the veggies, grab your board and your blade, and time to get a little choppy. And I don't know about you, but I do not like bell pepper seeds. I do not like them on my board. I do not like them on my floor. I do not like them in my hair. If I had any hair, I do not like them anywhere. I think you probably get the point. So here's a quick and easy way to cut a bell pepper to where you don't get the seeds everywhere. Put the stem side on the cutting board, skirt around those seeds, and this is what you've got. A nice little packet of seeds, all combined in one spot and not all over the place. Slice and dice these bad boys into bite-sized pieces. Veggie number 2, grab a green bell pepper, same process. And now would be a great time to smash that subscribe button if you haven't done it already to be a part of the Sauce and Gravy community. That way you can stay tuned to the latest and greatest sauce making tips and techniques. Last but not least, for the veggie prep work, 1 white onion, medium size. Remove that pesky skin and slice and dice it. And for your convenience, I have a detailed list of the ingredients in the description section below. Nice work, it's coming together really well, you're doing a great job. Perfect timing on everything. The spaghetti's done, it's been drained, the chicken's ready to be taken out and put into a large mixing bowl. And that reminds me of one of my favorite comments. Someone said, well, what mixing bowl isn't large or have high sides? Well, a small one that has low sides. And I like my chicken shredded, that's why I'm putting it into a mixing bowl. But if you want to put it on a board and get a little choppy with it, it'll work just as well. If you have a mixing bowl and a hand mixer, why not do this? Shred it up like this, you'll be done in a matter of seconds. And this technique, it also works really well for pork if you wanted to have pulled pork sandwiches. And look at that shredded chicken. Shall I eat it? Look at that, it looks so tempting. Better put it back in. Fantastic job, now it's time to make that sauce. Add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to a high-sided sauce pot over high heat. Once the oil's piping hot, drop in those chopped vegetables. And remember, for this recipe, you're going all homemade on this. You're not going to use canned cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, or nacho cheese soup. You're going to make a homemade roux-based sauce with a combination of all 3 of those soups, minus the mushrooms. Unless you want to add mushrooms to this, why not? If you want it, go for it. Knock yourself out. Cook the veggies until lightly golden brown, then move them to the side, make a well in the center of the pan. Here you go, you're going to drop a flavor bomb into the sauce pot. Bacon grease, not a little, a lot. 6 tablespoons or 90 grams. Come on, don't be scared of the deliciousness. This is a hearty comfort food classic. Once the grease is melted, turn that heat down to medium heat. Grab that flour, it's time for you to make the roux. This is your thickening agent, so grab some flour, 6 tablespoons or 32 grams. At first, try to mix it up with that bacon grease in the well in the center of the pan. Then slowly incorporate it with the remaining vegetables and cook for about 2 to 5 minutes. So far so good, kudos to you, you're doing a great job. Now it's time for you to add the cooking liquids. First up to bat, chicken stock. 2 cups, 500 milliliters. The butter, the flour, the chicken stock, those are the first homemade from scratch ingredients to replace that can of cream of chicken soup. And the next ingredients, part of that cream of chicken soup and cream of mushroom, heavy cream. 2 cups, 500 milliliters, pour that on in. And I know there are a few people out there that might hesitate to make a homemade sauce for a baked spaghetti recipe. They're kind of scared of lumps, but don't be scared. Here's a little secret that I learned as a student at the Cordon Bleu in Paris, France. As long as you pour a cool liquid, so the chicken stock and the heavy cream, into a hot roux, the butter and flour mixture, it'll be lump-free every single time. Bring your sauce to a simmer over medium heat. Once it starts to simmer, turn the heat down to low and cook for about 5 minutes. Once the sauce starts to thicken, snag a can of your favorite diced tomatoes and green chilies. Then drain 1 15-ounce can of corn and add it to the mix. Give everything a quick stir, and you might want to turn that heat back up a bit just to bring the temperature up after adding these ingredients. Stellar work, so far A+++. Time to raid that spice rack. 2 teaspoons of shrubbery. Oregano, drop it in. To this you'll add one of those quintessential Southwest type spices. Cumin, 2 teaspoons. Next up to bat another one of those great Southwest flavors, chili powder, 2 teaspoons. For a touch of heat, cayenne pepper, just a pinch, but you can put more if you like it hotter. And finally, half of a teaspoon of onion powder. Give it all a quick mix, bring it to a simmer. Once it starts to simmer, turn the heat down to low and cook for about 5 to 10 minutes until the sauce is thick and coats the back of a spoon. Great work, everything's coming together really well. Take that sauce off heat. It's time for you to mix in that shredded cheddar cheese. I'm using mild, 2 cups, that's roughly about 225 grams. This, along with the spices, as well as those chilies, are the main replacements for that can of nacho cheese soup. Add a small amount in, mix it, and then add the remaining portion until it's all well incorporated. And as always, you'll want to taste the sauce to see if you need to adjust the seasoning. Add some salt if necessary. You can always kick up the flavor with more cumin, chili powder, or cayenne pepper if you like it hotter. Congratulations, you hearty comfort food lovers. It's time for you to throw everything together. Pour a small amount of sauce into the bottom of a baking tray. Then you can toss in a nice amount of that shredded chicken. Drain your pasta and then dump it all in. If you'd like to use a 9x13 baking dish, you can, but I like to use this Dutch oven. Add the rest of the chicken and the sauce. This is why I like to use a Dutch oven, and if you don't have one, I'd get one. First off, whenever you're baking in the oven, there's less likely of a chance for it to bubble out over the sides. Number 2, you can use it as a mixing bowl. Just throw everything in, stir it up, voila, bam, you're ready to go. And a little bit less of a mess to clean. Top off your baked chicken spaghetti with the remaining 2 cups or roughly 225 grams of shredded cheddar cheese. Crank up your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. If you're using a Dutch oven, bake this for 50 minutes to 1 hour. However, if you're using a 9x13 baking dish, you might want to check it at about 30 minutes. But either way, once that pasta is bubbly and the cheese is golden brown, you're ready to take it out of the oven. So your mouth has been watering, the house smells great, the neighbors have knocked on the door 10 times asking what's for dinner and when shall we come over. So here's the moment of truth, check it out. This is a comfort food classic at its best. Ooey gooey cheese touched with a toast of crispiness, smothering that homemade delicious sauce, tender chicken, and delicious spaghetti. Hey, whenever you have this, going back to school or those cold winter months, not a big deal. Well, thank you Sauce and Gravy Nation for watching. If you liked this recipe and found it helpful, be sure to hit that like button. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of you that have made a donation or purchased the Sauce and Gravy channel merchandise. Your kind support has kept this channel alive, so thank you very much. And if you're looking for additional comfort food, you might check out this Salisbury steak recipe. And remember, it's you, me, and the sauces. Keep whisking, y'all.